Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Nimisha Jadon from School of Studies Environmental Chemistry, Jivaji University, Gwalior. Today we are discussing about a module Electrochemistry in Pollution Control under the paper of Environmental Analysis. The learning objective of this module including the introduction of electrochemistry, then the various application of electrochemistry and the different electrochemical techniques for the removal of pollution from the environment. First of all, we are discuss here about the what is electrochemistry. Electrochemistry is the study of chemical process that causes electrons to move. This movement of electrons is called the electricity and which can be generated by the movements of electrons from one element to another in a reaction known as oxidation reduction or the redox reaction. A redox reaction is a reaction that involves a change in oxidation state of one or more elements. When a substance loses an electron, its oxidation state increases, thus it is oxidized. And when a substance gains an electron, its oxidation state decreases, thus being reduced. And hence, the electrochemistry is a combination of flow of electron with the application of voltage.
It refers to electrochemical processes involving electron transfer to or from a molecule or ion changing its oxidation state. This reaction can occur through the application of an external voltage or through the release of chemical energy. The oxidation and reduction describe the change of oxidation state that takes place in the atoms, ions, or molecules involved in an electrochemical reaction. Formally, oxidation state is the hypothetical charge that an atom would have if all bonds of atoms of different elements were 100% ionic. An atom or ion that gives up an electron to another atom or ion has its oxidation state increase and the recipient of the negatively charged electron has its oxidation state decrease. A modern cell stand for electrochemical analysis. Here this picture shows the modern electrochemical instrument for the analysis of various pollutants and the other material. The electrodes attached to high quality metallic wire and the stand is attached to a potentiostat or the galvanostat. A short glass-shaped container is aerated with a noble gas, generally a nitrogen, and it is sealed with the Teflon block. This is the picture of potentiostat or the galvanostat, which is used for the analysis of various metals, pollutants, environmental contaminants, and some pharmaceuticals and many more. In this cell, this is the three electrode system in where the AgHgCl is used as a reference electrode, then the graphite rod is used as a counter electrode, and the any glassy carbon, platinum, gold and the other metal ion indicators are working electrodes are used as a working electrode. At the surface of the solution, the electrons are migrated between the working and the reference electrode, and it is measured by this galvanostat is used for the various electrochemical measurement techniques like square wave voltammetry, stripping voltammetry, and differential pulse voltammetry, amperometric, coulometric and many more. There are various extremely important electrochemical processes in both nature and industry, like the coating of objects with metals or the metal oxide through the electrode deposition, and the detection of alcohol in drunken drivers through the redox reaction of ethanol. The generation of chemical energy through the photosynthesis is inherently an electrochemical process, as is production of the metal like aluminum and titanium from their ores. Certain diabetes blood sugar meter measure the amount of glucose in the blood through its redox potential, as well as the established electrochemical technologies like deep cycle lead acid batteries. There is also a wide range of new emerging technologies such as fuel cells, large format lithium ion batteries, electrochemical reactors, and supercapacitors that are becoming increasingly commercial. Electrochemistry has also important applications in the food industry, like the assessment of food or package interaction, the analysis of milk composition, the characterization and the determination of the freezing endpoint of ice cream mixture, and the determination of free acidity in olive oil is also done by the electrochemical techniques. Electrochemistry provides technologies that have definite advantages than the above conventional method. The electrochemical methods are versatile and offer not only clean but very cheap methods or the technology to determine the various pollutants, and it also considered as a cleaning technology of the pollutants. The utility of the electrochemical environmental techniques are expanding with the understanding and development of the electrochemical engineering that lead to design and development of novel electrodes and cell structures. The invention and large scale availability of improved polymeric and perfluorinated ionomers membranes have totally changed the purification and separation processes. The electrochemical analytical methods and the sensing techniques are playing an important role in pollution control. Water quality upgradation by electrochemical techniques presents various alternatives such as anodic, cathodic, direct and indirect method to treat any type of contaminants in water and wastewater. These methods at the point of entry of pollutants into the environment help not only to remove the contaminants but also to recover and recycle useful chemicals. The electroremediation of contaminated soil is now a proven and the viable technology to prevent the pollution of water at the point of contamination itself.
The role of electrochemistry to environmental applications is expanding due to the characteristics of electrochemical processes. Versatility, energy efficiency, environmental compatibility, and cost effectiveness are the major important role of the major important role of electrochemistry as a application in the environmental sample analysis. Now we discuss about the electrochemical water treatment processes. The electrochemical technologies for environmental applications can be broadly divided into two categories. The number one is physical, that included electrodialysis, electrocoagulation and the electroflotation. And the second one is the chemical, that involving direct reaction at the electrode or and the indirect reaction with a reagent generated electrolytically.
Now we discuss here the electrochemical technique electrodialysis for the environmental pollution abatement. The electrodialysis is a membrane-based process involving the separation and the concentration of the electrolytes or the dissolved salt concentration by the electromigration of the species through ion exchange membranes. Anions and cation exchange membranes are arranged alternatively between two electrodes, which enable ions to pass through one type of membrane while the other membrane blocks the passage, thus creating a set of concentrating cells and dilution purification cells. The electrodialysis process are most frequently used to purify the water before it is used for the industrial purposes. Because this technique is used as an advanced wastewater treatment processes, because it's totally deionize the water and which is suitable for the very important analytical application. Here in this picture, this shows the working principle of electrodialysis system. This picture shows that in the electrodialysis process, there is two electrode. The one is anode and the another one is cathode. And in between these two electrodes, there is a barrier of the cation or anion transfer membranes, so that as this system is filled with the pure water or the wastewater, then the ions that are present in the waters is migrated towards the anode or cathode when we applied a small potential, so that the water which is when the ions are transported during at the anode or cathode, they are passing through this cation or anion transfer membrane, so that all the ions are trapped in the membrane and the purified water is passed through the another chamber from where it is collected, so that the by this technique we can totally deionize the water for the further processes. The cellulose acetate membranes are conventionally used in electrodialysis stacks, and polysulfone and polyacrylonitrile and polyfluorosulfonic acid type of membranes are some of the new membranes presently in use. The water to be purified is circulated through the dilution compartment, and the dissolved salts get concentrated in the stream through the concentration compartment. The electrodialysis process has important application which including the production and supply of potable water from the brackish water with typical salt concentration of 1000 to 3000 milligram per liter. Recovery and recycling of metal ions such as in plating industry, effluents of water recycled. Salt removed from the industrial effluents for water recycling, and the removing electrolytes from non-electrolytes solution. And the salt splitting is also carried out by using the electrodialysis. For example, in the recovery of sodium hydroxide and the sulfuric acid, it requires one pair of electrode for each pair of membrane, so that by this technique we can recover some valuable products or the metals which is present in the wastewater.
Now we are discussing here about the method electroflotation and electrocoagulation. The electroflotation is a process in which the gases generated at an electrode like oxygen and hydrogen forces the suspended impurities to the top of the solution, where they are collected and removed. This effect is partially by the neutralization of charge on the colloidal particles by virtue of their proximity of the electrodes, and partially because of the tiny gas bubbles generated at the electrode. The ratio of the bubble to the suspended particles must close to unity for the effective electroflotation and the pulsed electrogeneration of bubbles, and reported to yield bubbles of optimum size. The alum is conventionally used as a coagulant instead if the aluminum ion or the ferrous ion is produced at the anode. These can react with the hydroxide to produce at hydroxide produced at the cathode generated aluminum or the ferric hydroxide that will precipitate absorbing the pollutant. This process is known as the electrocoagulation. The hydroxide precipitate thus produced has been found to be more effective than electrically produced hydroxides, and also electrocoagulation produces more compact sludge. These two processes, when combined, are reported to result in 99% removal of suspended matter and 99% reduction of chemical oxygen demand and 91% reduction in biological oxygen demand and 100% removal of inorganic contaminants and 100% decoloration.
This picture shows the working principle of electrocoagulation process. In this figure, you have seen that there is a two electrode that is performing the anodic or the cathodic processes, and in between the two electrode there is a chamber where the wastewater is transferred for the electrocoagulation process. When we add some coagulants like alum, then they are ionized at the anode or the cathode, and then this aluminum species react with the pollutants which are present in the water as a suspended particles, which are not removed by the normal treatment procedure, and these ion, when it is trapped by the aluminum species, then the electrocoagulation is process is carried out and the flocks is formed. These flocks are ionic, and when they enlarge their sizes, then by the force of gravity, these flocks of the ions is settled down at the bottom of this chamber, and along with that the water is classified. Water is circulated and purified by gaining the electron from the anode or the cathode, and the clear supernatant water is collected from the another chamber. Then this process is known as the electrocoagulation process. The next is the direct electrochemical processes. In an electrochemical cell, the anodic reaction is oxidation. It means dissolution in the case of soluble anodes, and the cathodic reaction is performed is known as reduction. Under the appropriate condition, these two reactions can be effectively exploited to removal of pollutants from the water or the effluent. Now first we are discuss here about the anodic processes. Cyanide destruction is an important example of direct electrochemical oxidation used for effluents from electroplating industry. The process is more suitable for effluents with high cyanide concentration. In this process, the cyanide is oxidized to cyanate, which is much less harmful. The cyanate then rapidly reacts with the alkali generated at the cathode to produce ammonium bicarbonate, sodium carbonate, and ammonium hydroxide. The oxidation of chromium 3 plus ion to chromium 6 ion, that is trivalent chromium to hexavalent chromium, is commercially adopted for the recycling of the pharmaceutical, electronic and the aerospace industries. The second processes is known as the cathodic processes. The permissible metal ion concentration in water and the effluent are in the range of 0.02 to 5 milligram per liter, whereas water from the various sources contain unacceptable levels of metallic impurities. The reduction of these metal ions to their elemental state by the electrochemical deposition is a convenient and cheap method for purification. The metals are deposited in the strippable form so that they can be recovered as a sealable product. For solutions of fairly low concentrations, electrolyzers with two-dimensional and three-dimensional electrode structures and a variety of mass transfer enhancement methods have been developed and successfully operated. Thus, processes for removal and the recovery of copper, lead, mercury, zinc, silver, chromium, etc. are in the practice. Now, the next process is known as the indirect electrochemical processes. The direct electrochemical oxidation or the reduction may not be possible in certain cases due to the limitation of the required potential for driving the desired reaction. Under these circumstances, it is advisable to identify a suitable reversible or irreversible redox system that can be efficiently generated and allowed to react with pollutants. Examples of such redox pairs are iron ferrous to ferric ions, Magnus or magnic ion, silver ion, chloride to hypochlorite ion, etc. These reactions can be made to occur in situ in the electrolytic cell itself by maintaining a low concentration of the reactant redox intermediate or externally by generating high concentration of the reactant in an electrochemical cell and reacting in an external reactor with the effluent to be treated. Apart from these electrochemical, pH adjustment is an efficient and cheap method of neutralization of acid and the alkaline waters and effluents which simultaneously help in precipitating certain metal ions such as iron, calcium, chromium, magnesium, etc. without the need of external chemicals addition.
The next method that we are going to discuss here is the electrochemical disinfection of water. Usually, disinfection is carried out with chlorine, bleaching powder or hypochlorite. The basic chemicals, chlorine itself is an electrochemical product from which the others are produced. Even if chlorination is done, hypochlorite is the effective reactant in more instances. The electrolytic chlorination or the hypochlorination is a simple, cost-effective and the on-site process which eliminates the transport and storage of the gaseous chlorine. User-friendly portable chlorine and the hypochlorite generators are available for water and the effluent treatment plant. The next method that we are discussing here is the photoelectrochemical methods. In the recent year, the photoelectrochemistry has led to a new and interesting possibility for the treatment of pollutants from the wastewater. In this case, the suspensions of semiconductor particles, mostly TiO2, titanium oxide nanopowder, can be used to harness the light with production of electrons and holes in the solid, which can destroy pollutants by means of reduction and the oxidation respectively. In this way, the water containing organic, inorganic or the microbiological pollutants can be effectively treated. The best example of photoelectrochemical treatment of wastewater pollutant, including the removal of various dyes that are releases from the textile industry, is effectively done by the photoelectrochemical degradation of these dye. And the various type of pharmaceutical pollutants can also be eliminated from the water by using this technique.
Now we discuss here about the electrochemical advanced oxidation processes. In the case of industrial and the agricultural wastewater treatment, chemical oxidation is often necessary to remove organic matter like biodegradable or not that consumes oxygen dissolved in water. The oxidations by ozone or hydrogen peroxide are methods used as complement or in competition with the activated carbon filtration or the nanofiltration. But in some cases, the conventional oxidation is still inadequate and remain inefficient. Moreover, the conventional oxidation treatments as well as biological treatments prove ineffective against certain types of organic micropollutants. To eliminate these kind of pollutants from water, more powerful processes, namely advanced oxidation process, have been developed. The advanced oxidation process are based on the in situ generation of strong oxidizing agent hydroxyl radical and their high oxidation power. The use of hydroxyl ion in the treatment or the remediation of contaminated water is justified by the number of advantages that included that they are not toxic because having a short lifetime, they are simple to produce and use, they are very efficient to remove organic pollutants, and they are not corrosive to the equipment. Along with that, they do not induce secondary pollutants, and the final products of oxidation are carbon dioxide and water and inorganic ions like mineralization process.
At the end of this module, we can conclude that electrochemical technologies offer simple, efficient, and cost-effective solutions of environmental problems, and in certain applications, superiority over conventional cleanup processes have been demonstrated. The superiority is due to the fact that by itself electrochemical methods do not require any external reagents for pollution treatment. Simple user-friendly processes can be designed with the help of latest advantage in electrode and the cell design technologies. Thank you so much.